Okay. Hello. Welcome to my CCR Project. I'm by Kaylee Frector, and this film is on the project called The Cursed Tongue. Okay. Question number 1.
How does your product use or challenge conventions, and how does it represent social groups or issues?
Thank you. So, our product does use conventions by using the general typical stereotypes. So, we made our main character, Charlotte, a typical teenage girl that you would see. So, Charlotte's age is 16 years old, and the social group we wanted to target to represent was the teenage social group. Now, as far as Charlotte, we wanted to build her character to be very academically smart and very involved. So we basically we did a little montage in our scene, in our film, and we wanted to portray her character of being very socially and academically involved. So we did have a scene of her tutoring, which I'll show right here. So right here you see Charlotte. She is tutoring a student. And this is obviously math, because you see the math equations in the back. It's a triangle. You see him having a calculator. There's a binder. So on and so forth. So we just wanted to kind of portray that in Charlotte. Also, first, regarding our costume for Charlotte, we really wanted to help hit that typical teenager stereotype. So my group and I, we observed... we wanted to hit it, so we observed through our high school, the juniors, the freshmen, and the sophomores. We observed their outfits to kind of set up an outfit for Charlotte, and we observed that the majority of them typically wore for pants either jeans or leggings, and for shirts they either wore crop tops, shirts with some sort of print on them, or a long sleeve shirt. So right here you see a clip of our character wearing a long sleeve shirt. And this tutoring scene was in the day before the main event happened to her. So here's her long sleeve. Guys, same thing, long sleeve shirt. Okay. So so again, I'll get to this in a second. But we again wanted to hit that stereotype of, we wanted to relate it back to Charlotte being super smart and super academically involved. So for her outfit throughout the day of the event going on, this is a blooper in this scene, but we wanted to show her outfit as, showing her academically involved. So we use a student government shirt. It says Student Government Association, and we did use those jeans that we observed from typical teenage students. So the student government shirt helps to portray Charlotte as smart, because the stereotype of being in student government is that you're super smart and you're super academically involved and that kind of thing. So we wanted to have Charlotte wearing this to show that of her character. So in this is a blooper or a scene we're filming, but I just want to show that her outfit in this scene.
Alright, scene 10, take 4, action.
So yeah, that was just a blooper, but again, here is her outfit. Okay, furthermore, teenagers, especially the typical teenage girl kind of stereotype, they're always kind of stereotyped and known for gossiping and having groups of friends and walking down the hallways with their friends. So we wanted to use this kind of stereotyping convention in our film to show Charlotte as this teenage girl.
Alright, scene 10.
My fault. Right here in this scene, this is again a blooper, but this is showing Charlotte and her friend walking down the hallway to kind of help portray the stereotype.
Practice one. We can. Just pretend to talk. I got you. Ready? Alright. Okay. Practice scene, take 1, action.
Oh, did you care about Mr. Kane? He's so... He is. The pop quiz again?
Okay, right. So in this scene, the teenagers, Charlotte and her friend, here, let me get to it. right around like here-ish. Charlotte and her friend are gossiping about a teacher. They're walking down the hall from a class. And we also wanted to help fulfill that school setting. So again, here is the backpacks to show the school setting, and also this character as well is wearing a long sleeve to portray, again, the high school student kind of stereotype.
Practice one.
Sorry. Okay, and this is the hallway that we filmed in. Just to show, this is where the character right around this corner walked out of in the scene. That also scene before was going to be included in our montage. So again, it's the day before. So this is the hallway walking out. This is walking forward, and this is just a wide view of the hallway. And this is a little corner that the girls walked out of. Great. Question number. Oops.
Scene 3.
Okay, sorry. Question number 2.
How does your product engage with audiences, and how would it be distributed as a real media text?
Okay, so our product does engage with audiences because it's something that's not usually very commonly seen in like film, because our product is essentially a girl who wakes up and is not speaking her native language, or her native language is English. She's speaking Hungarian, so she goes throughout the day kind of speaking Hungarian, very confused and just having a problem throughout the day. And then in the end, a voice from behind her says that they can understand her. And that's kind of the big plot twist. It's like, oh my gosh, who's the girl, right? So that's not very much often seen. You don't see this kind of plot very often in film. You usually see like a comedy, romance, horror, etc., etc. So again, our character is speaking Hungarian in this film. So I'll show you right here. This is a clip of her walking out the door, and she's speaking Hungarian.
Scene 13, take 2, action.
Szia, megyek!
So that translates into "bye, I'm leaving" in Hungarian. Again, this was an unedited clip, but it was used in our film, and so it is of her speaking Hungarian. So this was then used to intrigue an audience to watch our film, because our product does engage with a very wide audience. Some of our audience being Hungarian speakers, other English-speaking people, were really teenagers, specifically teenage girls. It targets a very wide group. Also, to answer the second part of the question, our film would be distributed in real text as a TV show, because it would be very interesting to build the plot. The first episode would likely be introducing Charlotte and her real life, speaking English, giving backstory, and then in the end of the first episode, we'd be introducing the conflict. And then in the next episode, it would probably be her waking up, speaking Hungarian, and going throughout the day. It would probably extend that to 2 to 3 episodes. And then probably the next episode would be we find out who the character is that says that they can understand her. And throughout the episodes, they build a relationship, the two characters, and they find out like what happened, what was like why Charlotte had that curse. And so watchers would be really intrigued just about like what happens next, and we can make it a very interesting plot to make it in a TV show. Okay, question number 3. Ooh. Okay.
How did your production skills develop throughout this project?
Okay, so throughout this project, our production skills did heavily vary. In the beginning, filming a scene of the main character walking up the stairs, we had to stand up the stairs and sort of to like a side angle while the character was walking up the stairs. So we did this as an overhead shot, but it was to the side of the character, so you can see her walking up the stairs. So we did this for one of our first scenes, which you'll see in this clip.
Scene 1, take 10, action.
So this was a shot that we did end up using in our film. It's just not edited in this clip. So this is kind of what we first did in the beginning, is just these kind of scenes we had to film in like this kind of way and so on. And then when we moved to the next scene after that, it was set in our character's bedroom. So with that, we had to completely rearrange things in her room to kind of fit that, just really, really fit the teenage girl stereotype and make nothing relating to our actor in this bedroom because it was her house. Furthermore, we did have to fix the lighting to make sure it was perfect in the room because it was nighttime. It was a very nighttime scene. You see here the dark window. We also had to make sure it was dark outside to film this scene and these scenes. And then when we filmed the scenes for the montage, we had to change angles completely, having our camera woman standing directly over Charlotte to give her an overhead shot. Throughout the home scenes, we also did only use an iPhone to film. So we, this kind of changed, our production changed throughout these scenes. And then when we filmed the locker scene in school, where Charlotte's friend Margaret is walking towards her, we had to completely rig this shot. So we had Charlotte standing at the locker looking forward, and then we had to get an over the shoulder shot of Charlotte while showing Margaret coming from the bathroom. So we had to place the camera almost directly behind Charlotte's shoulder. And by doing this, we were able to capture Margaret coming while having Charlotte in the frame and showing Margaret walking out of the bathroom. So you'll see this in this scene. Not this one. This scene.
Or take 5 actions. Oh, hey, Charlotte, what's up? See you, Monica. Huh?
So, again, this is just a clip, but we had Charlotte right here looking at the locker, and we had her friend coming out of the bathroom. So we had to kind of set up the camera in a certain way to produce this shot, and it was very tricky to do, but it did turn out very good. Also, my fault. Okay. These are the lockers that, this is the locker that we used for that scene. So right here is the side of it, and this is the front. And obviously this is the shirt that she was wearing, so this was not in the locker at the time she was wearing it. But there was a history textbook that she took out, and yeah. Okay, and lastly, question 4.
How did you integrate technologies, software, hardware, and online in this project?
Sorry. Okay. Again, here's question 4.
How did you integrate technologies, software, hardware, and online in this project?
Alright, so our project did integrate a multitude of technologies for this product. So regarding online technology, prior to the project, we did have to use it to do a multitude of research. We did research a lot on different topics, but we did do a lot of research on mostly suturing the audience, in which to keep them interested in our film, but also emotionally attached to our character and almost feel for our character. So an example of this was done in a clip where our character was having a rough time in class, feeling sad. This was from her conflict throughout the day. So we had our character Charlotte put her head down and shrug to convey her feelings to the audience while having a sad song playing over it. Not in this clip shown here. It's not shown the song, but again here this is shown. This is the clip we used, but before editing it, and this was her putting her head down and shrugging.
All right, that's correct. Why did you not say the answer?
So right here you can tell Charlotte's having a rough day, and with the music conveyed over it in the after editing, it really does help the audience to feel for our character. Also, furthermore, another technology we used was software technology, and this was used for editing. So we did use the program iMovie, and it was used to edit out all the scenes we didn't want, and we used to put these scenes that we did want together seamlessly. We also used this program to help create a montage for our film and get the characters walking into scene more in sort of a focus. And the editing was successful, and we used online and software technologies to develop the film.